Hi guys, this is Shweta Shaw from Alien Brains. I'm the lead machine learning mentor over here. And today in this video, we will be doing a project related to Python automation. We will be creating an automated bot which will be downloading any person's Facebook DP. All you will have to have is the profile link of the person whose DP you want to download. Okay, so let's see what will be the steps of the process. So first of all, I'll have to have a Google tab where I'll be opening the person's Facebook profile. So let me open a new tab. Actually, let me open an incognito tab. Over here, you will have to have the person's Facebook profile link. So I'll be using my profile link to show what the process will be. You can use any other person's profile link. So this is my profile link. The only difference will be I'll be replacing this www with and basic because this will be making our task very easy. Okay. So over here, you can see this is my profile. A part of my profile is shown over here, and this is the profile photo which I want to download. So what we will be doing, first of all, we'll be coming to this particular page. Then we will be selecting this particular photo, and then we will be downloading. Okay. So without wasting any time, let's start with the code. For writing the code, I'll be using Sublime. You can use any other code writer if you wish to. First of all, let's save this particular file. Let's give it a name dp underscore Facebook fb. Okay, dp underscore fb. So, the libraries or the tools which we will be using to accomplish the task, let me name them first of all. So, the first thing which we will be using is gonna be Selenium. Yeah. What is Selenium? Selenium is actually a Python tool using which you can write commands, or in simple terms, you can write some codes to access anything online, basically to access any element of a page online, that means a web page. Okay. So we will be using Selenium, and second we need to have is a web driver. Now, Selenium can give some commands to, access some elements and all. But to access anything over the internet, you need to have a connection between the code written in Selenium and the whole internet, right? So this WebDriver is going to help us in creating this connection. So using Selenium, you'll be giving the command, and using WebDriver, we will be uh, getting a passage to the internet so that these commands can be implemented and we can get our results. Okay, there will be another library used, URL-lib. This library will be used to download any image using the source link of the image, or the link of any page where the image is present. Okay, we will be talking about URL-lib later on. Let's first focus on Selenium and WebDriver. So let's start with our project. So the first thing we have to do, we have to import Selenium WebDriver from Selenium. So I'm writing from Selenium import WebDriver. Okay, one thing, while saving this file, I forgot to give the extension. The extension is going to be py. So this file, you can give any other name, but the extension has to be .py because it is going to be a Python file. Okay, so the moment, by the way, let me share my screen back. So this is, I saved this name again. You can see what I did. This was dp underscore fb, and over here it was written all files. So I went here and just mentioned .py. Okay. So let's save it. After that, I've written from Selenium import WebDriver. That means it will be taking the WebDriver module, which we will be using in our code from Selenium, and it will be making it available for this particular notebook. Okay. Now, the next thing what we have to do, this WebDriver is going to help us in making the connection between the internet and our code. So we have to create an object of this WebDriver. Okay. So what you have to do, you have to write WebDriver dot Chrome, because we will be using Google Chrome. If you want to use any other search engine, you can use Firefox as well. So right now we will be using this Chrome. So for access over Google Chrome. The web driver which we will be using is Chrome driver. This Chrome driver is present as an exe file. So whenever this particular line is executed, the code is going to access this Chrome driver file in order to make the connection between the internet and our code. Okay. So let's give it a name because this will be a reference to a new Google tab. So let's give it a name. Let's give the name as driver. So I'm going to write driver equal webdriver.chrome.exe. I already have this chromedriver.exe file and I already have this Selenium file downloaded in my device. In case you don't have these files and if you're thinking how can you download these, I'll be linking another video over here where I'll be describing how to download this Sublime, Selenium, and Chrome driver. You can watch that and come back to this particular code. Okay. So if I just run this code right now, you will be seeing a blank, Chrome driver tab opening over here. Now, what I have to do, I had told you that we need to open this particular profile link, right? This particular profile link. So let me just copy this link from here. So this is something we need to do with our code. So let's get back to the code. And this driver is nothing but the tab, the Google tab, which is open. So I have to go to this tab and ask it to open my link. Let's do that. Let's try driver.get. And inside this get function, you can give any link which you want the code to open. And for me, this link is this particular link, which is nothing but my profile link. So let's just run this and see what is happening till here. I mean, how this is running. So this ran, this opened a Google tab, and then this particular link is open. That means I have reached to this page. Now, what is my next task? My next task is to see how this image is saved on this page and then write some code to access this image. Okay. Now, whatever, let me maximize this. Yeah, and minimize my page. Yeah, sorry for that. Let's come back to this. So whenever you want to search any element of the page, you have to see how the element is sent to the page. That means what is the code behind the element. Now, if you want to see the code behind any element, you have to see the source code of the page. And to do that, you simply have to right click and click on the inspect option. Now, this is the HTML code. Let me maximize this as well. Yeah, I think it is visible now. And let me give you more space to see this. Yes. So this is an HTML code. Any page, any web page is written with HTML and is actually an HTML file. So this is the whole code which is holding this page. Now you have to select this particular option. See the first arrow option. Once you click on it, it will become blue. Now, whatever element you will hover over with your mouse on the page, the particular code related to the same element will be shown to you. So this login button you can see over here on your right hand side. You can see an A element is something which is used to write this button. Now, if I go to this particular, let's say if I go to my name, this one, you can say this was an H3 element. Okay. So let's hover over our image, and this is the particular code which is holding my image on the page. So this is basically an ing element, okay? And let's look at some of the attributes of the ing element. In this element, there is this attribute src, which is holding a link. And if you see, when I went over this link, my image is popped up there. So that basically means that this link is holding the image. So let me just click on this link and let's see what is opening on. Yeah, wait just a second. Yes. So you can see the moment I opened this particular link on another Google tab, this image is shown. So basically this link is holding my image. Now let's get back to our page. So there is an ing element which has an src attribute which is holding a link where my image is there, which I want to download. So I have to find this ing element on my page. Now there are some other attributes as well. See, there is a class attribute related to this IMG element. Now see what happens. There might be some other IMG elements as well. For example, if I hover over this particular image of mine, so you can see there is another IMG element related to another image. Okay. So to be specific which IMG element we are interested in, you have to go here and see there is an attribute class. So you have to mention that, okay, this IMG element with the class BP space L is something you want to access. Okay. So you have to write an XPath to this particular element. Okay. Now what is an XPath? XPath is like an address of any web element on the in the source code. Okay. Now there is a syntax to write the XPath. Let me write the syntax over here only. Now the syntax is first there will be two slashes. Then you have to give the name of the element which you wanna search. Okay. Then you have to give a square bracket. Then you have to give an @ symbol. Then you have to write the name of the attribute which you will be mentioning. Okay. So basically you will be saying that, okay, find an image element with so and so attribute value. So here you also have to mention the value of the attribute. Okay. And you have to then close the bracket and this will be it. This will be your XPath. So in our case, the name of the element is IMG. So let me just write it over here, IMG. Then a square bracket. Then what attribute you can use? You can use the class attribute. So let me write @class. Then you also have to mention what is the value of class. So the value of class is BP space L. So that mentioned and the bracket closed here is the XPath. Now this is the XPath using which we can find this particular element in our code. Okay. So let me just get back to our code. Just a second. Yes. So here, what I have to do, I have to use another function, and the function is find element by XPath. Find element by XPath. Okay. And of course, here also you have to write driver dot find element by XPath because we want to go on the page and then find some element whose XPath we will be giving. Let me write the same XPath over here, starting with the backslashes. And let me do one more thing. Let me just 1 second. Let me just go there and copy the class completely. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So it is done. Let's come back to the code. So slash image bracket @. Let me paste what I have copied and this is it. This will be searching that particular element for me. Let me just write a print command. Actually, I cannot print the element because it is in the form of a Selenium element. So it will not make any sense. But let me hold it in somewhere, some variable. So let's write dp equals to this and let me just print the value of dp. Although it will, whatever value will be printed will not be making any sense to you right now. Okay, let's see what is happening over here. Yeah, so the element is printed as I told you. This is a an object of Selenium element, so that is why it is appearing in this way. So my code is working fine till now. What next we have to do? Let's go back to the same page. Yeah. Now once I have found this element, I have to get the value of the SRC attribute, right? For that, I will have to use another function. Let me write the function here. I'll have to write dp dot get underscore attribute. So basically dp is an element and get attribute and then you have to mention the attribute's name. So this get attribute function will be returning the value of the attribute, whatever attribute I have mentioned. So basically this dp link should now hold the link of my image. So let's just run this and see what happens next. Okay, let's see something has been printed over here. So over here, you can see the link and let me actually show you. Let me just copy this link and paste it over here so that you can understand. Is it actually the link holding my image? Yes, it is. So now what I have to do, I have to go to this link and download this particular image, right? Now for that, I will be using another library named URL lib. So let me just import URL libs module, which we will be using URL lib, yeah, URL lib dot request. Okay, and the function which we will be using is URL lib dot request dot URL retrieve. RETRIV. Yeah. Now here you have to first mention the link from where you want to download the content. So let me just write DP link. Okay. Now as it is an image, you have to mention the name and the extension with which you want to save the image. So let me write let me just write DP FB, okay, dot JPG. Okay, so this should be downloading this image at this link with the name dpfb.jpg. Now, where this image will be saved, this image will actually be saved at the location where your file is. My location is, this file is at the users Shweta, inside the Shweta folder under users. If you want to save it to other location, for example, at the desktop or anywhere, you have to mention the full uh, path like this: C colon users slash Shweta slash desktop slash this, like this. Okay. But for now, let's just remove this and let's keep it like this one. So this should be downloading the image with the name DPFP. Let's see. And let me just write, just print a done message over here so that I know this has happened. Okay. So let me just run this. The page is opening. And let me see if done is printed. Yes, done is printed. So now let's just check it at the location. So where do I have to do? I have to go to C, then users, then Shweta, and the name was DPFB. DPFB. Yes, this dpfb.jpg has been downloaded and it is coming up like this. Okay, so here we have completed the task we wanted to. So what we did, let's have a recap. So first of all, we created an object of the Chrome browser which was opening a blank tab. Okay, so after that, we opened the link of the profile with the help of .get function. Then we found the img element. Okay, after that, we extracted the link of the image which was present as an attribute of this img element, and then we downloaded the image. So in these 5 steps, we were able to access the particular image and download it. Now, if you want this particular code, you can go to the GitHub link I have mentioned in the description box. Along with that, you will also find the link of a blog where the same code has been explained. So that if you need any reference of, what happened and why this happened and blah, 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 you can find it over there. Okay. Thank you so much.